Dear students, how are you? Welcome to our online class. This is titled an assistant teacher of National High School. Dear students, in my last class, we learned about finite and non-finite. Can you remember what is finite and non-finite? Finite follow the tenses. Follow the tenses. It changes. Finite verb changes according to subject, person, and number. According to subject, person, number. Tense, person, number. Tense, person, number. But in the other hand, non-finite verb does not change. Does not change according to tense, person, and number. And we know finite verbs are three kinds. First one is gerund. Gerund also named verbal noun. Verbal noun. Gerund also acts as a noun. Acts as a noun. Its form verb plus ein. Verb plus ein. This is gerund. We talked about participle. The participle, the form is verb plus ing, same as gerund. Acts as adjective. As an adjective. Acts as an adjective. Participle, verb form, be plus ing, acts as an adjective. Next, infinitive. Infinitive. It is 2 plus base form of verb. Verb 1. 2 plus base form of verb. And all these three non-finite verbs takes subject and verb. Subject and verb. These three non-finite verbs takes a subject and a verb. Let's look at the board. A beautiful home. These are groups of words. There are 3 words in this group. If we analyze the group, there is no subject and verb combination. There is no subject and verb. এখানে কোনো subject verb নাই. And this group of words cannot stand itself, cannot express its meaningfully, express its thought clearly. So this group of words names phrase. This is phrase. So hence the phrase is a group of words. Phrase is a group of words, and it does not convey any meaning. It does convey some sense, but not the complete sense. A phrase has no subject and verb combination. So this is phrase. If I add I built a beautiful home. This is a group of words also. Group of words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words here. Group of words, and each has, we can notice the sentence. It has subject and verb combination. This is subject and verb combination. Subject and verb combination, and it stands itself. It express its meaning clearly or its thought clearly. So those words, those group of words express its meaning fully or clearly. We call it words. We call it. This is the main difference of phrasal clause. Phrase takes no subject verb combination, but a clause always takes subject verb combination. So dear students, we are going to learn about phrase and clause. About phrase and clause. Dear students, in my last class, I gave you a little idea about phrasal clause. In my last class, today we are going to describe it elaborately. Let's look at the board. The boy wants something. Other words, the boy wants to go home. Look at these two example sentences, guys. The boy wants something. The boy here, the boy subject, wants verb, and something here is noun or pronoun. This is object. This is object. In the second sentence, the boy subject wants verb to go home. This is the phrase. This is the phrase. To go home. Only this part is called phrase. But this is one word. One word. But this is three words. This is phrase. That's when, yeah, the boy wants what? If we ask, the boy wants what? The boy wants something. The answer is something. This is object. And the boy wants what? Another question. The boy wants what? The boy wants to go home. This is object. This is another object. So the to go home here is noun clause. Here is noun clause. Hence these parts of speech, these phrases acts as object. So we know only noun and pronoun can place as object. So this is noun clause. First we know noun phrase. Noun phrase. Noun phrase. This is noun phrase. This group of words acts as a noun. Acts as a noun. Look at the board, dear students. Rohim ran quickly. Rohim ran quickly. Another example, Rohim ran a great speed. A great speed. Look at the two example sentences. Rohim ran quickly. Here subject is Rohim. Verb ran quickly. What is the parts of speech? The quickly. Rohim ran. Rohim ran. How? How did Rohim ran? How did Rohim run? How did Rohim run? Rohim ran quickly. Rohim ran quickly. When we ask how with how to the verb, these words, where we get this word is adverb. This is adverb. Quickly here is adverb. Next, Rohim ran a great speed. Rohim ran how? সেম কাইন্ড অফ কোশ্চেন, রহিম র্যান হাউ, কিভাবে রহিম দৌড়াইছিল, a great speed. Here also this group of words also adverb, so hence this group of words, therefore this group of words is adverb phrase. Haji Mohsin was a wealthy man. Haji Mohsin was a man of great wealth. A man of great wealth. Now notice the two sentences, dear students. Haji Muhammad Mohsin is a subject, was verb, a wealthy man. Here man is also noun, and those words describes, modifies noun is adjective. This is adjective. Haji Muhammad Mohsin was a wealthy man. Wealthy is adjective. But in this sentence, Haji Mohsin was a man of great wealth. Which kind of man? Haji Muhammad Mohsin. What sort of man? Haji Muhammad Mohsin, a man of great wealth. This is also acts and adjective. So those group of words, acts and adjective, this is called adjective phrase. So we have learned the three kinds of phrases: noun phrase, adverb phrase, and last one is adjective phrase. Let's look at the board. I could not go to school. I could not go to school. That's one here. I subject, there is verb and extension. That's an on thing. Because I was ill. That's why in this sentence, this is subject-verb combination. When subject-verb combination in a sentence, it's called phrase. This is phrase. This is clause. Dear students, look at the sentence. Here subject, here verb. This is also a clause. But dear students, here the because is added before the clause. When, dear students, this is also in my last class I told about the subordinating conjunctions. That means I offer you a acronym, AUBIS subordinating conjunction. When subordinating conjunction used before a clause, we call it subordinate clause. Subordinate clause or dependent clause or dependent clause. Not free. This clause not free. It needs help. This clause needs help. But this clause does not need help. This clause is dependent, not dependent. This clause is independent. Independent. So this clause is named independent or main or principal clause. Principal clause. This is independent clause or main clause or principal clause. But when subordinating conjunction used as before used as main clause or clause, we called it subordinate clause or dependent clause. But dear students, look at the board. When we join the two clauses in this way, I could not go to school. I could not go to school because I was ill. This is the full sentence. I could not go to school because I was ill. Because I was ill. Because I was ill. So, in this sentence, this is the sentence. This is the full sentence. In this sentence, this is main clause and this is subordinate clause or dependent clause. Main clause or dependent clause. I could not go to school because I was ill. Dashed when dependent clause, when we adverse it, যখন এটাকে আমরা ডিপেন্ডেন্ট ক্লজকে প্রথমে নিয়ে আসবো, look at because I was ill, comma I could not go to school. When dependent clause stands first, dependent clause stands first, next comma is used after the dependent clause. Dependent clause plus comma plus main clause. This is the main order. This is the main order. Dependent clause plus comma plus main clause. Dear students, we have learned the two kinds of clauses. One dependent clause, another is independent clause. Look at the board. I expect to go home. I expect to get a prize. Sorry, get a prize. Next, I expect that I shall get a prize. Look at the two example sentences. Dear students, in example sentence 1, I expect subject verb to get a prize. Here, to get a prize is phrase or clause. Can you tell me? Is it phrase or clause? This is phrase because this part has no subject verb combination. This part has no subject verb combination. Though there is a verb, but to is used before the verb. So this is not the finite verb. This is phrase. But there is an I expect what? আমি কি প্রত্যাশা করি? That I shall get a prize. That I shall get a prize. This part is sub clause. This is subordinating clause. This is clause and this is phrase. So hence this clause acts as noun. This clause rolls as a noun. So hence this clause rolls as a noun. This is called noun clause. Noun clause. Those clause act as a noun. We call it noun clause. Look at the board. The umbrella with a broken handle is mine. Next one is the umbrella which has broken handle is mine. Look at the board, dear student. What are the differences between the two sentences? The umbrella with a broken handle is mine. The umbrella which has broken handle is mine. This part, dear student, with a broken handle. Is this a phrase or clause? You have to mind it. The characteristics of clause and phrase. We learned about a phrase must have a subject and verb combination. But there's a notice the phrase, notice the group of words. There is no subject verb combination here. So this is phrase. But we can notice this. Which has broken handle? Which is the subject here? This is verb, has broken is the verb here. This is the verb subject verb combination. So hence the subject verb combination here. So this part is phrase. This part is clause. This is clause. Clause means subject verb combination. Phrase means no subject verb combination. Hence the umbrella which has broken modifies the umbrella. Which has broken modifies the umbrella. The which, those words or phrases modified the noun. Here umbrella is noun. This called is adjective. This is adjective. So hence this acts as noun. This acts as adjective modifying umbrella. So this is called adjective clause. This is called adjective clause. This is called, and this is also called adjective phrase. This is adjective phrase, not adjective clause. Look at the board there, student. They rested at sunset. সূর্যাস্ত, সানসেট, সানরাইজ, সানসেট। দে রেস্টেড অ্যাট সানসেট, তারা সূর্যাস্তের সময় বিশ্রাম নিয়েছিল। দে রেস্টেড at the evening time. Notice the two sentences there, students. In first example sentences, the subject rested verb at sunset. This is adverb, sunset. But they rested at the evening time. This is, what is this? This is phrase. At the evening, this is clause. So this clause modifies the word verb. This clause modifying the word verb. Those clause we know, those clause modifying the verb. This is adverb clause. And we know adverb modifies verb, modifying adjective, modifying another adverb. We learned before. We learned in our last classes. Dear students, this clause is very important when you learn about the simple complex compound. When you learned about simple, the transformation of simple, complex, compound sentence. You should have learned the clause, because a complex sentence always have two clauses, at least two clauses on main clause, on at least on dependent clause. People don't clauses. This is impossible to learn complex sentence. Complex sentence must have at least two clauses, on main clause and on and more subordinate clause or dependent clause. On the other hand, simple sentence needs only one clause. This is main clause. Simple sentence contains only subject verb, on subject on verb, on subject on verb. Complex sentence two clause, at least two subject, two verbs. A compound sentence is comprised two main clause with fan voice. That means coordinating conjunctions. Coordinating conjunction is used compound sentence, but complex sentence AUBIS is used on main clause, complex on main clause, more than on, eker odhik, more than on sub clause, more than on sub clause. Like this is complex sentence, on main clause, more than on sub clause. This is compound with AUBIS, AUBIS. This is subordinating conjunction. Subordinating conjunction is used to it complex sentence, coordinating conjunction used to it compound, and simple sentence. This is actual a sentence, a complete sentence, and which is on subject and on verb, on clause. Now, dear student, let's proceed to homework. Identify whether the following are independent or dependent clause. Dependent clause, independent clause find out kora, just identify korbe konta dependent konta independent. First one is the dogs began barking. Barking means ঘেউ ঘেউ করা, ডাকা. The dogs began barking when the car passed me. Because you did not attend the class. He left the game early. He left the game early. And last one is after we tested them. Dear students, this is all for today. If you have any questions or queries, please put them in my comment box. And dear students, you take care and have a great day. And see you next class. Thank you.